The Mugabe empire is so vast to such an extent that no one besides its inheritors and a few other people are aware of its full size. 5 years later, after the ousting and subsequent death of the former president Robert Mugabe, cracks are beginning to show in the empire as the family is slowly losing some of the key assets they owned at the height of power. One such asset is the Gushungo Dairy Estate, which was once one of the second biggest in Southern Africa, housing over 2,000 cows as well as possessing milking machines that could milk over 64 cows at once. At the height of its glory, the dairy farm produced over 400,000 liters of milk per month, and they sold yogurts, milk, cheese as well as ice cream. Unfortunately, the glory of the dairy farm and company went with its founder, as the business has been facing severe problems ever since the ousting of the former president. The company was reeling in a $20 million debt, which resulted in part of the 1,200 hectares farm being leased. This was followed by the auction of some of the farm equipment in order to cover part of the debt. Several jobs were lost in the process, and many workers went unpaid for several months, but this did not help alleviate the mounting debt. Consequently, the former First Lady was forced to sell 700 dairy cows worth about $1.4 million to a prominent butcher. This was made worse by the fact that Alpha and Omega dairy products are no longer as prominent in the shops as they once were. As a result, it was allegedly reported in June 2022 that the company had closed its doors. With regards to agriculture, this is not the only project that has suffered a natural death, as it is reported that a 1,000 pig and 6,000 chicken project at Mugabe's rural home in Katumba village suffered a natural death, as the former First Lady is reported to have allegedly neglected the projects. The second asset the Mugabe family has reportedly lost control over is land, especially in the Mazowe area. In the 2019 land audit, which was commissioned by President Emmerson Mnangagwa, it was revealed that the Mugabe family owns 16 farms in several Mashonaland provinces, which was stated to be a violation of the government's policy of one farm per person. In response to this, the President Emmerson Mnangagwa said, I quote, "I know of a particular lady, stop it, who has over 16 farms, and the law says one farm, one family," close quote. However, as of 2022, it is highly doubtable that this is still the case, as the family has been losing farms, or rather, battling to control affairs on the farms. For example, in 2021, Bona and Simba approached the High Court after parts of their land in Mazowe had been downsized following the Lands Ministry published statutory instrument SI 41 of 2020, which limited farm sizes in all agricultural regions. This was just the beginning of their troubles, as the couple, who are owners of Zigaro Farm in Mazowe district, which was allocated to them in 2017, lost the farm to National Tested Seeds. National Tested Seed had approached the High Court claiming ownership of part of the farm, which measures 168 hectares, and the High Court ruled in favor of National Tested Seed. However, in July 2022, Bona Mugabe and her husband were given another chance to fight for their farm by submitting an affidavit seeking reversal of the judgment. In 2018, the family was faced with similar land problems when two of their farms, Manzowu and Smithfield, were illegally taken over and occupied by goat partners. In 2018, once again, the family found itself in another land-related drama when Eaglesville Senior School renewed its fight for the large piece of land donated to it by RCZ close to 40 years ago. The land is adjacent to Helensville shops along Borodale Road. As of November 2022, it was reported by the Herald newspaper that the former First Lady had been stripped of 14 Borodale stands with a net worth of over $12 million. These 14 stands belonged to Grace Mugabe and 10 of her relatives, but they are now being taken over by the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works because they are said to have been acquired in an illegal manner. The Herald newspaper went on to reveal that the former First Lady and her relatives had gotten this land for next to nothing using their connections in the then government. As a result, the acquisition of this land has been linked to corruption, hence the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works is going to repossess the land. With that, we come to the end of the video. As a closing remark, please note that some of these cases are still at the court of law and judgment hasn't been passed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment.